Welcome back everyone to Magius Plays The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Last time we got to just outside Zora's domain, and this time we're heading on in. Bit of a long run up the bridge to it. But there's quite a bit around here for us to do. Starting with the cutscene. Whoa. I've been waiting for you, Link. Welcome. Behold the pride of my people, Zora's domain. Now I shall introduce you to the king. Hurry, this way. Now there are a couple things we can do right now. We'll go ahead and start with the most obvious. The thing that's been staring us right in the face all this time. We'll run up and complete the shrine. Well, first we'll gather some materials that happen to be right around it. This is a really good place to come if you want a silver longsword, for whatever reason. Some fleet lotus seeds or some bright-eyed crabs. It's not really one that I'll be using a whole lot, though. Yes, this is an interesting one. And let's see. We need to get one of those boulders over to that stopping point. Right here. And, we need to get the specific one up there to there. And in order to do that, we need to use Cryonis to stop these other boulders. So we can stop that one. And get it... Ow. And get that to where we need it to go. So, first things first, push that out of the wall. And let's see, push that down that way. That to get it to there. Those two rocks will block it. And you may have noticed that there's a treasure chest right here. It's really easy to get. Let's jump on over, grab that. Gives us another Zora spear. Let's see. Yeah, not really anything else I want to give up right now, so I'll just wait for us there. Now we can break these two. And we are going to need to make sure that that does not go past, say, there. Let's go ahead and make absolutely certain on that. And then we can just push this one right on up. And all we need to do is push this up and over there. And we're done. All told, not the hardest shrines once you know what you're doing. But it can be pretty tricky getting around. Alternatively, you can jump up here and try to get up to that platform there. But, once you get up to where you can get on there, it's not really going to give you much of an advantage. So, that's how I do it. That's how I recommend you do it. It's pretty easy one way or the other. And we get the first spirit orb in our next set. That's taken care of. On with the cutscenes. Oh yeah, we have a store over here we can buy more stuff at. More arrows. Got plenty of arrows right now. Various ingredients. Nothing terribly exciting, though. So, to advance the plot, need to run up this ramp here. Yeah! Yeah! Lady Mipha, watch this. I, second, the aptly named Demon Sergeant, shall strike down the divine beast of Aruta. What you doing? You're Link! Finally, I can avenge Lady Mipha. It's been 100 years since you last showed your face here. Now I, Segan, will cut you down myself. What do you mean? Playing dumb, eh? Nice try, but you cannot fool me, Champion Link. You were unable to protect Lady Mipha from Calamity Ganon. It has been 100 years since we lost her. Poor Lady Mipha. How heartbreaking. I won't fail her again. There's no way we would ask for your help now after all this time and after all that has happened. So says I, Segan, the Demon Sergeant, even if this body of mine is destroyed. I will drown Ruta in shock arrows myself, and in doing so, Lady Mipha's regret shall be alleviated. If you understand anything of courage, then get out of my way at once. Well, you're rude. Yeah, there's courage, and then there's just being silly. I think you're being silly. You must be the Hylian that Sidon brought here, correct? You did well to come all the way here. I am King Dorafon, ruler of the Zora. That object upon your waist, is that not a Sheikah slate? Now that I have gotten a good look at you, it is all too clear who you are. You are the Hylian champion, Link. Do not tell me you have forgotten me. The Hylian champion? You can't mean the Link, that champion? So that's where I have heard your name before. What a fateful coincidence that we should cross paths. I cannot believe it. The Hylian champion, Link, has appeared before us. We have met numerous times, I'll have you know. Ah, so many memories. My mind is overflowing with nostalgia, my friend. I had heard a terrible rumor that you had fallen in combat, but it appears you managed to survive. Extraordinary! I lost my memory. Come again? You say you have lost your memory? But surely you must remember my precious daughter, Mipha, yes? You do you not? It doesn't ring a bell. I cannot believe it. Have you truly forgotten my dear Mifa as well? You and Mifa were so close, yet you do not remember her? Young hero, please look upon the beauty of Zora's domain. Do you see that statue? Does gazing upon Mifa's immortalized form still not jog your memory? Well, perhaps your memory will return in time. I dearly hope so. Father, I do not believe discussing my sister is helping matters at the moment. Link seems confused. Oh? Yes, of course. But first, it is worth noting how remarkable it is that Sidon brought a champion here without realizing it. That is quite a feat, my boy. That is a good one. Link, I doubt not that you have endured a great many trials. Still, I must ask you to hear my plea. Now then, hero, I must inform you that Zora's domain is in danger of vanishing because of divine beast Vauruta. I shall do you the courtesy of speaking bluntly. We alone cannot stop the beast. Will you lend us your strength? What? King Dorfin, my liege, please do not speak so. To ask a Hylian for help, why, the very thought of it curls my fins. Muzu, I expected more of you. How can you still protest? Muzu, it is rude to speak that way to your king and his guest. Link is here because I invited him. With such unprecedented rainfall, we have no choice but to rely on the aid of a trustworthy Hylian. Have we not already discussed this and arrived at that very conclusion? He is the key to saving Zora's domain. I have no doubt of it in my mind. Indeed. Link is a champion, through and through. As things now stand, Zora's domain, nay, perhaps all of Hyrule, is doomed to be swallowed by the sea. This is bigger than all of us, my friend. Zora and Hylians alike must put aside our differences and band together. Have you forgotten already, my king? We cannot trust these lowly Hylians. 100 years ago, they abused the power of an ancient civilization and turned Hyrule into what it is today. And that is not the least of it. It is their fault that Lady Mifa was lost to us. Link. Divine Beast Vauruta has great power. It has the unique ability to create an endless supply of water. Of late, it has been mercilessly spouting water into the air. As a result, this area has been plagued by heavy rains. For us Zora, water and air are as one, so you would not think this would be quite so critical of a problem. Sadly, the rains have filled the eastern reservoir nearly to the point of flooding. If the reservoir bursts, and as it soon will, I fear immense damage will befall not only Zora's domain, but also the area downstream from us. Their Hylian lives are in very grave danger. The Divine Beast is crying out once again. The Divine Beast Vauruta. Your Princess Zora often studied the Divine Beasts, that is, in the time before the Great Calamity. According to her research, the orbs located on Ruta's shoulders are mechanisms that can control the water it generates. However, they require electricity to work. These orbs are clearly out of control now because there is no electricity coursing through to stop them. Sigyn, who is quite shock-resistant for Zora, hit one with a shock arrow. Sure enough, it slowed the water a bit. Unfortunately, as an aquatic race, we Zora are terribly vulnerable to the power of electricity. Perhaps because we could not safely strike it with enough electricity at once, the water soon returned to its full force. That is why I went in search of a Hylian who could help us. Link, I am certain you have already figured this out, but we need you to use shock arrows to get those orbs working properly again. I will aid you in any way I can, of course. Please, hero, I beg of you, help me stop Ruta's rampage of destruction. What? Princess Zelda herself instructed you to board the divine beast and appease it from within. So then, Princess Zelda is still alive? Yes, in Hyrule Castle. I do not believe it. She was alive this whole time, just as you were. The events of 100 years ago cannot be altered, it is true. But if we can regain control of the divine beasts, they may yet prove useful in sealing Calamity Ganon once and for all. Oh, I did not know you had such grand ambitions, Link. Wondrous! Naturally, I shall help too. Once it has stopped rampaging, you can easily climb inside it. Come, Link, let us appease Ruta together. I'm in. Let's do this. Thank you, Link. Truly, we are in your debt. Our goal is the same. That means our meeting was nothing short of destiny. Now then, allow me to offer you this gift as a show of faith. Now we get some new armor. It's going to be very useful. So long as you wear this, you can ascend waterfalls just like a Zora. Please, take good care of it. King Dorothan! Surely you do not really intend to give this outsider the Zora armor? Countless generations of Zora princesses have gifted that armor to the one they have sworn to marry. Princess Mipha had made that one there with her own hands. It is far too important to entrust to a shady Hylian. He may be a champion, but Mipha had no such relationship with him. So why should he receive such an honor? This is just too much, my liege. I do not understand it one bit. That Muzo is not easily swayed once his mind is set. You must understand, he was in charge of educating my dear daughter, Mipha. Naturally, she means a lot to him, just as she means the world to us. Ever since we lost her to the Calamity, he has grown to despise Hylians. I hope you can forgive his rudeness. But what shall we do now? I tasked Muzu with finding the shock arrows we will need to appease Varuta. But now he is rushed off in a huff. Link, do not let his words concern you. I will work this out with Muzu. I shall return shortly. Sidon, I suppose that means you are going to tell him. Link, Muzu is most likely at the square down below. Would you mind going down there? I would like you to try to speak with him. Now, for a little bit, we're going to need to switch over to the Zora armor. Not right at the moment, but soon enough. And there are a few things we need to do down here. Next objective is going to be right down here. Right in front of the statue. I don't care what you say. Muzu, please listen. Hi. You came all the way here, but it was in vain. I have no desire to speak with you. Listen well, Muzu. There is something you need to know. He who stands here, the man called Link, is the one whom my sister Mipha had feelings for. I was only a child then, so I did not know it myself at the time, but it is so. I grew up hearing my father tell stories, some of which were about my sister's undying love for a Hylian named Link. What? No. You cannot fool me with such a fanciful lie, not this, Zora. How could Lady Mipha possibly have feelings for a Hylian like him? The facts are clear. He remembers nothing, even when he looks upon Princess Mipha's statue. It is the truth, Mizu. It is the truth, Muzu. Though you never knew it, he was ever in Mipha's heart.
I was thinking. This reminds me of the time we first met. You were just a reckless child. Always getting yourself hurt at every turn. Every time, I would heal you, just as I'm doing right now. I thought it was funny how, being a Hylian, you looked grown up so much faster than I did. I was always willing to heal your wounds, even back then. So if this Calamity Ganon does in fact return, what can we really do? We just don't seem to know much about what we'll be up against. But know this, that no matter how difficult this battle might get, if anyone ever tries to do you harm, then I will heal you. No matter when or how bad the wound, I hope you know that I will always protect you. Once this whole thing is over, maybe things can go back to how they used to be when we were young. You know, perhaps we could spend some time together.
And once again, Link is a real player. What is the matter, Link? Are you unwell? You are quivering like a hatchling. Whatever is the matter? Mipha, I remember. What? Do not mistake me for a fool, Hylian. There's no way you remembered her just now, when it's most convenient. In any case, without solid proof, I cannot possibly take you at your word. If you have any such proof, now is the time to show it. Do so, and I shall tell you how to get those shock arrows. Yes, as well as anything else you wish to know. Have you truly not figured it out yet? Simply take a closer look at what Link is wearing. You really think changing your clothes is going to make me... Eh? What in the... That is the Zora armor from before. Lady Mipha made that by hand, and yet it fits you perfectly. What is the meaning of this? And now you understand, do you not? Now you know who her heart belonged to and who she made the special armor for. The fact that this armor fits Link perfectly should be proof enough that Mipha made it for him and him alone. You have always disliked Hylians, even before the Great Calamity. That is why Mipha never told you. Now that you know, you must promise to help him save us all, Muzu. Please, tell us where we can find the shock arrows we need. Knowing you, I bet you have already figured it out. I never would have imagined she would make that special armor for one such as he. I do not approve of asking for help from a Hylian, but I suppose it is our only option at this point. I am a proud Zora. That means I must take responsibility for my unwarranted behavior toward you. As promised, I shall tell you where you can collect as many shock arrows as you will need. That tall mountain over yonder, it is called Deploymus Mountain, and there you will also find Shatterback Point. A terrifying creature has made its home up there. This awful beast shoots volley after volley of shock arrows. Even a single one could be fatal to a Zora. Aha! You must mean that Lionel. He is a man-beast, that one. That beast does indeed wield shock arrows. That is certainly one way to collect them quickly. He is vicious, to be sure, but I am certain Link will rise to the challenge. In order to appease the divine beast, I estimate you will need at least 20 shock arrows. Do you think you can gather that many? Why do you still doubt him, Muzu? I have no doubt that he will be triumphant. Okay, Link, let's get moving. The fastest way to Ploymus Mountain is to ascend the waterfall east of the domain. That Zora armor should come in handy. Just swim to the waterfall basin and then go up the waterfall from there. I'll wait at East Reservoir Lake, right by the Divine Beast. Gather at least 20 shock arrows, and then come join me. I'm on it. Wonderful. Together we shall stop the Divine Beast's onslaught. And we do indeed have our next objective. And it's going to be a rough one. The Vinals are incredibly tough creatures that take a boatload of damage and dish out way more than they can take. But we've been going quite a while, so let's go ahead and call it here. And tune in next time as we confront the Lionel. And until then, Magius out.